everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing my manicure for Canine Companion Day. And my canine companion is my Labradoodle Phoebe. Phoebe is going to be turning 12 in November. And she is my ride or die, my best friend, my co-worker, my emotional support animal. And she does wonderful things for me. So this manicure is going to be for her and I. So to get started, what's on my nails is my sweet and sour lacquer Smicky sauce. Then on my pinky, middle finger, and thumb is from Cracked Polish, and this is Donut Spunk. And then on my ring and index finger is from Cracked, and this is Cinnamon Sugar Crumb. So these are two beautiful polishes that I just think are beautiful. And then on top of that, I have my sweet and sour lacquer gloss sauce. The plates I'm going to be using are from Mundo de Unis, and this is AZ Animals 21, Dogs 2. And then I also have this plate from Maniology, which is MXM 127. And then from MoYou London, I have Animal Collection 17. So I'm going to get myself set up and we're going to get started. So be right back. Okay, so this first plate that I'm going to be pulling from, I'm actually going to be using the dog mom image here. And that is going to represent me. And then I'm going to take this image here, which is the closest, not sure if that's the closest, or I think that might be the closest to Phoebe that I have. So I'm going to take this image and color that in to look like Phoebe. And then I'm also going to take these paw prints. So I have my Pueen, and this is Blackjack. And then once we have some of these images, we can do some reverse stamping. Take these paw prints first. Get my glasses on. Okay. And then, let's see. All right, then we're gonna take her. Okay, so there's Dana. And then right next to Dana, as always, is Phoebe. And we got Phoebe from an SPCA. She was 2 months old. Somebody got her from a breeder, I guess, and then thought she was going to be hypoallergenic, which there's no such thing in dogs. And then dropped her off at the SPCA. My husband happened to be looking for a dog for him and saw her because I said we weren't getting a dog unless it was a doodle, which I did not think he would ever find a doodle at a shelter, but it was meant to be. And so my first day at my new job, and he adopted Phoebe. And then as it turned out, Phoebe liked me better and we became best friends. And she is always on whatever floor I'm on. And that was the end of that. So now my husband has 2 cats. Ooh. I got that in one go. I didn't even think that was going to happen. Alrighty. I think that's all I'm using from this plate. And actually, one of his cats has a cat bed under my nail desk. And so I have the cat in the office with me all day in the cat bed, and then I have Phoebe outside my office all day. So then that's why the 3rd cat came into play. So the 2nd cat is his soulmate. So my husband finally did get his go-to animal that only loves him. So he's happy. But Phoebe was supposed to be his, but she's mine and I'm not giving her up. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think that's everybody that I need. That was easy. So these are the ones that I need to reverse stamp. Alright, so I'm going to go get some polish for coloring in and we'll get started. So I'll be right back. Okay, so let's get started. I don't know how long this video is, so just in case I do not speed up the video, make sure I talk. So you may or may not hear all the... Okay, so we got the tongue. And I think my bow is going to be pink. So I know I've said in other videos, Phoebe doesn't come in my office because the floor of my office is slippery to her. So, and my office is down my basement, so I work from home since COVID, which has been nice. So she lays on the carpet area of my basement outside my home office. And then if I have a meeting or something, I'll shut my door just in case, you know, noises from upstairs or whatever. And she does not like when the door is closed, so she'll peek in the doorway. Be like, what are you doing, lady? I can't keep an eye on you with the door closed. I'm sure if you have a dog, you understand that, you know, go to the bathroom and they have to peek in on you and make sure you're okay. So she'll do a drive-by. Sometimes the cats come in too and make sure you're okay. And it's funny because in the morning the cats know what time I get up, which they know means when the lady goes downstairs, we get food. So when I start to go downstairs, you see them, we call it the wagon train. Though now that Phoebe's getting older, she kind of waits at the top of the steps now. Usually she always had to be going down the, oh, this is like a jelly. I need something else. Grab another pink. Alright, let's do this pink. So she used to have to always go down the steps before me. She would have to go in a doorway before me, but now in the morning I'll start going down the steps and she waits up at the top, and then I'll say, all right, come on, Phoebe. And then Phoebe knows I'm going down to stay down. If we're up for the night and I have to go downstairs for something, I'll say, Phoebe, I'll be right back. And then as I come up the stairs, she's waiting at the top of the steps for me to come back up. Oh, I just ruined that. Ugh. So yeah, even if my husband's upstairs in bed, she will not stay up there. She will not go to a different floor unless I'm on that floor. So she's never down the basement. Or up in our room unless I'm there. And then we laugh because if my husband isn't up there, she'll lay on his side of the bed. And then when he comes up to bed, he's like, all right, come on, Phoebe. You gotta go. Oh, I got another bowl here. I told my husband it's Canine Companion Day. I'm going to have to do something special for Phoebe. And he was like, what are you talking about? Every day is Canine Companion Day with you two. And I said, I don't care. I'm going to... And she knows that I get off work at 4:30. And when I'm done work for the day, I give her a busy bone for all her hard work each day, for staying with me. So we call that her paycheck. And it's so funny because even on the weekends when I'm not working, she's got that inner time clock where she knows it's 4:30 and it's time to get paid. And she will just stare at me sitting on the couch, be like, woman, give me my pay. And she gets it. And then I would tell my co-workers, let's see, if anything happens to Phoebe, I'm going to need a week's bereavement, so I'm just letting you know. I'm not looking forward to that day. I know that day will come, but I would tell them. And I don't think, if you've never had an animal, you don't fully understand, but and I never really understood. I had pets, at home, but those dogs listened and belonged to my dad, They weren't really the family pet per se. Let's see. I don't know why I everything's so hard to open. Because I know when my dad's first dog passed away, I don't know how we did it, because she was 15. I mean, I give my dad credit because he made the right decision, but when it's your dog, that's not a decision I don't think I would ever be able to make on my own. Somebody will have to force my hand. And let me tell you, you couldn't say Casey around my dad, and he would just well up with tears. And he took her to be euthanized and brought her home and buried her. And I don't know how the man did that, but... And I'm like, you need a new dog, stat. And I found a breeder, because he has Shih Tzus. What other color do I want to do? Oh, I think I have another bone here. So then he got a new dog, and he was happy. He needed a dog. Oh, I did that the wrong color, but that's all right. And then those two, and then he got a second dog, and then those two dogs, they died within a year of each other. So then he got another dog. And now again he has two dogs. So that'll be me. I will always need a dog. And then I always threaten my husband and kids. I'm like, someday I'm gonna get a tiny home and a dog. And whenever you guys find me, I'm gonna put it back on its wheels and move to another location. So that's my joke. That's all I want. A tiny home and a dog. Alright, so that's done. Let's see. Oops. And I think I took this out for the sunglasses. so I'm gonna let that dry and then I'll go over it with. All right, Phoebe's up. Let's see. So Phoebe is a blonde, like her mother. She's kind of a mix of a cream. When she was a puppy, she was more like a apricot, I think. Like she had those apricot colors on her ears. Of course, now that she's older, she's more neutral. She's a good girl. She's smart too. And stubborn. She don't listen worth a damn. She does exactly what she wants. I always say to my husband too, with the cats and the dog, who's training who? They tell us when to feed them, when they want their treats. We don't have any say in anything. We do their bidding. And our cat Frost, he's so fat, and he'll be up in the cat tree all the way up at the top, and he'll sit there and stare at you because the cat is so lazy. He wants you to pick him up and put him down instead of jumping from the cat tree. And we do it because we're the ones trained, not them. Not them, it's us. But that's okay. I wouldn't have it any other way. Oh God, and especially during COVID. I don't know how anybody didn't have a pet during COVID. Okay, so I have my stamps all ready, so I'm going to let them dry, and then when I come back, we'll put them on. So hold on. Okay, so I'm going to start putting them on. I'll start with these two first while the other ones are still drying, but my husband and I, we used to take Phoebe down to the VFW, watch a game or whatever, and take Phoebe down. And all the vets down there love her. Patrons. So the one day we were taking her down to see everybody, and one of the guys that goes in there all the time happened to be driving by. Well, he was shouting from his truck, "Phoebe!" And we were like, they don't even say hello to us. They were more excited about Phoebe. So, anytime my husband's down there, they always ask, "Where's Phoebe? How's Phoebe?" So, she's a star in her own right. Okay, and then this one, doing this without my glasses on. Okay, so I got those done. They look good. Okay. Cute. All right. I'll do the star of the show. My Phoebe girl. Yay. Okay, so I'm back. We did the SheModern clear stamping sealer. I did a coat of sweet and sour lacquer gloss sauce, and then I just put on my Victorian varnish lavish handing cuticle cream. And this stuff smells so good. And so there is my Canine Companion Day Manicure. So we got to representing Phoebe and Dana. We are best friends. Absolutely love each other. And I think it came out adorable. So I hope you liked my video. Please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. I thank everybody who has. I hope that you give your canine companion something special today, even if it's just an extra kiss or hug. and thank them for all they do for us. And hope to see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.